Today we'll be changing out the rear gas tank on a 1991 Ford F-150 pickup. Last week we changed the front gas tank. It was full of rust and scale. So there's the new tank, new pump. And this week will be the rear tank. It's also full of rust. I've already siphoned out the gasoline from the tank, or as much as I could get with the siphon. We'll start out by unbolting the spare tire carriage, swinging it out of the way. And then we'll unbolt the mounting brackets, 4 bolts that hold the tank in place. Before unbolting that, we'll be disconnecting the fuel pump lines as well as the fuel pump electronics. Oh, there's no telling if I'll be able to see or do anything here with one hand, much less one-handed blind. I'm going to change position. Alright, I've put penetrating on oil on here for every day, or every week for the last probably 3 weeks. These are still pretty tough, so I'm going to have to give it a little gentle persuasion to loosen it up. Oh wow. Okay, well, I've got to find a new 13mm wrench because twisting on that has broken my wrench. It's got a crack here, so I'm going to use the other side while I can. Look at that. That's Harbor Freight quality right there. They got some sticky goo they've used to, you hear that? It looks like bubble gum or something. That's okay. Let's get my tools out of the way. Easy. We got the ring. Got a fuel pump that we need to looks like spin. It's actually got a float that appears to be movable and not rusted and falling apart. So let's set that aside. And I'm going to set this where we've got some sunlight and show y'all what I see. So the entrance right there is, oh yeah, pretty darn gunked up is what that is. That'll clog up a fuel filter so fast. Alright, glad we opted for a new tank. Okay, the old fuel pump on the rear has what looks like a one-way check valve. I'm going to see about taking it off to put on the new one. Okay, I've got more information now after doing some quick internet searches. Apparently the check valve that is on there is a Ford recall item for the original fuel pumps that have an internal check valve that fails and allows the other fuel tank to be filled up while the pump is running instead of supplying fuel to the engine, or in addition to supplying fuel to the engine. The return allows fuel to go to the other tank. So what they did was they installed, instead of just changing the pump out with one that works, they installed a one-way check valve. So it actually was a problem with the fuel pump itself. So since I've got new fuel pumps, that shouldn't be an issue, and if it is an issue, then I can go to Ford and get a new check valve to put in line. So I'll worry about that if it becomes a problem. Gasket in here now, but I've got that in place. The gasket does fit into a little rim around that edge, and then the tank is keyed so the pump can only fit in one position, which is good. So we'll set that in place, and we'll use the part that came, or the rim holder that came with the tank, to hold everything, to mount everything. One did come with the pump also, so you know I could use either one, I'm sure. I'm just going to choose to use the one that came with the tank. think it sometimes may give a better fit. This one's sure going on easier than the last tank did. Alright, that was very easy. So we've got the fuel pump on. I'll be changing out the gasket for the vent valve. When the gasket shows up, it'll be easy to access on both tanks once that shows up in the mail next week. Time to set the tank in place and get it bolted in.